All right, this is King Louis the 16th. Look at this smug fella. So you'd think, he's all happy. You'd think he'd be a good guy, but he ends up making some pretty big mistakes. Louis's dad and brother both died when he was 15 years old. So what any nobleman of a country would do, they put 15-year-old Louis in a room with young 15-year-old Marie Antoinette and basically told him to make baby. These two young lovers do what any 15-year-olds would do and do not have a baby, then at least. Louis becomes officially the King of France 2 years later. Louis's plan from the start of being king was to have everyone like him, and obviously we know that this is impossible, so this kind of bites him in the ass. The American Revolution was going on during this time, and even though France being in an enormous debt already, King Louis was like, yo, let's send them a couple bucks, see how that goes. France being in debt was no surprise to anyone. In fact, they actually had the money to pay it off, but, rich people being rich people were like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. This obviously created a huge wealth gap, and since there was poor people who had to pay taxes and rich people who were exempt from all taxes, this wasn't looking good. King Louis, being the people pleaser he was, called the Estate Generals, which was basically just a bunch of more rich people, and he just told him, he's like, you know what, change the taxes. And smug rich people being smug rich people, they thought, you know what, everyone in France hates this guy, so why don't we just kick him out of office? And that's pretty much what they did. So King Louis pretty much gets kicked out of the Snapchat group chat, and they just outed him from the monarchy. So now pretty much what we got working with is King Louis and his wife, and now his new 4 little younglings. And these guys just make this big, mean army, and they're like, you were revolting on this guy. So they start hunting Louis down, and he's running, and they run to some, temple place. I can't think of the name. Okay, yeah, so they run this place called Madempety, and they originally went to Paris, but they weren't allowed to stay there or something, or it didn't work, so they ran here, and then they ended up getting caught, so that sucks. And this is, the part that most people know of. They get their melons cut off. This part I kind of feel bad, because Marie was like, she was just kind of there. She already did some stuff, but I feel like she didn't really deserve it as much as Louis, because dude was just like, you can't be a people person, dude. You're a people pleaser. You can't. So dude gets his head cut off, and then I think it was a year and a half later, they get her too, and now they're dead. And then the French Revolution, the Revolutionary Army just kind of sticks around for a couple years, and then everything kind of goes back to normal. But yeah, that's a story of King Louis the 16th.